Hello trader, welcome back to deeppocketsforex. We'll be giving you our weekly forex forecast. Now before getting started with this video, we'll be sharing with you one tip that is guaranteed to making you a better trader. This is mainly because some of you have been testifying of how helpful and how the tips that we've been sharing have contributed positively to your trading, and some of you have been commenting on our comment section telling us that we should keep on sharing more tips. So without wasting any time, we'll just share with you this one tip that will change your trading. One thing to always remember when following our forecast is that whatever we focused on this channel, we focused based on probabilities. Whenever we get a direction of a particular pair, there's a higher chance it can take place, but based on probabilities, there's still a chance that it can go the other way. So following our forecast on a weekly basis, you need to always keep this in mind. When we approach the market during the week, we do not approach the market with a mentality that this must go up, so we place a buy immediately, or this must go down, so we place a sell immediately. No. If you do that, you are making a big mistake. Now in our inner circle, this is what we do. This very forecast, which is shared with you on YouTube, is taken into our inner circle with structure broken down. Then we begin to assess the structure as the week unfolds. Now some trades have a possibility to change structure, and then those we disqualify them. So we no longer focus on what we disqualified. Then we have a few pairs which now we focus on very closely. Now those particular pairs, those are the pairs that now we bring in our entry strategy, our entry conditions. Then we begin to check our list. Has this happened? Has this happened? Has this happened? If that is met, then we go ahead and look for an entry on that and buy or sell that. Now that is what we do. So whatever pair that we are able to trade is a pair that we have closely looked at, and we have entry confirmed. We have checked all our entry strategies. So that's my advice to you. Stop buying and selling just based on forecast. This is just here to give you an idea, to give you direction, not to give you entry. This forecast is meant to give you direction. It's meant to help you try to look for entry on the right direction. Yes, it might be accurate. Most of you have already seen that by now, but the best way to do it is if you use this as a guide to help you look for a good trade or a good pair to trade, not as you just use this focus just to trade everything, trade every movement. No, that's not how you do it. So do things the right way. Without wasting any time, let's get on to the weekly forex forecast. This is NZD USD. Now for NZD USD, we say that we're expecting a small corrective structure here, then down. That's what we're saying. We're expecting a small corrective structure, then down. Then we see that from here, after we get this down move, price would be moving up like this. Now, as you all know, we've mentioned this in the past and we're mentioning it again. Whenever you get a corrective structure like this, a small corrective structure, it can always advance. There's what we call an advancing correction. Now an advancing correction is when you get a small correction like this, then that correction, it can grow bigger like this. It can grow bigger like this. Now what you had was just this correction, but as it advances, you can see that you are getting the correction growing bigger like this. So that is what we're having. We're just expecting a small one, but it looks like it's advancing, it's growing bigger. It can even complete up to this area, then we can get a drop here like this. That's what we're getting on NZD USD. We're expecting this corrective structure to complete, then we can get a down move like this, similar to this one. That's what we're expecting on NZD USD. This is AUD USD. For AUD USD, we're expecting a down wave here. Structure is showing a down wave from here, from right here. What we can get this corrective structure like this. From what we can get here, we can get a movement like this, then down, breaking this previous low. Then we can get an up move like this, slightly breaking this previous high. And after we get this movement breaking this previous high, we can get this drop. That's what we're expecting on AUD USD. This is very possible. We can also get an up move like this, sharp, and slightly breaking this previous high and going towards this previous high here, right around this area. Then we can pivot from this area all the way down like this. And this down move is not just a down move that's gonna move sharp like this. It can move like down, corrective structure, down, corrective structure, down, like that. That's what we're expecting on AUD USD. But right around this area, we're expecting a drop. A big wave is expected on AUD USD. This is Euro NZD. For Euro NZD, this previous weeks we talked about this pullback here. And then we also stated that we're expecting a big wave after this pullback has happened. We stated that it's expected to break this previous low, and then we can have this big wave. So anytime from now here, we can get this small correction that we have. You can see that we're having a small correction. It can grow into an advancing correction, moving like this, then down, breaking this previous low. Then after it breaks this previous low, we can head up, or right from this area we can have price moving up just like this. We will be observing this, and if we find our entry as the week unfolds, we'll be looking forward for a buy on Euro NZD. Any pullback like this, any pullback and break below this previous low, we will not be selling. We're only looking for our buy opportunity. Even if this setup here decides to push all the way down up to this level here, this is a trade that will still be looking forward for a buy from this zone. If we get our entry confirmation from here or from here, we'll be looking forward for a buy on Euro NZD. This is Euro AUD. For Euro AUD, we're expecting this up move like this. On Euro AUD. Now what can happen here? We can have a slight correction here, and then we can have an up move like this. Now some of you have been saying we should make focused on the 1 day and 4 hour because you don't have the 8 hour and the 12 hour chart. So this is MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 5, you have custom time frames, or if you use TradingView, you can have those custom time frames. You can have the 12 hour, the 8 hour, the 8 hour. You can even go to the 4 hour like this. It's still the same. Whatever you see on the 4 hour, it's still the same structure. If you have this down move, correction, down move, up, correction, down, when you go to the 8 hour from the 4 hour, you can still see the same thing, just that it's compressed. So you can see we have that down move, correction, down move, correction. Whatever you see on the 4 hour, you'll still see it on the 8 hour, just that on the 8 hour it's compressed. Same structure, it's the same. If you know to focus on the 4 hour, you can focus on the 8 hour. If you know to focus on the 8 hour, you can focus on the 4 hour. It's all about your skill on focusing or on looking for the view, the direction. So this is the 8 hour now, and we are expecting this up move here. We're expecting this up move here on Euro AUD. That's what we're expecting. We're expecting this up move here, and we'll be looking forward to trading if we confirm our buy opportunity right around this area, or breaking this previous low. If we confirm our entry right around this area, we'll be looking forward for a buy, because this is our buy zone. We'll be buying all the way up. This is NZD CAD. You know that NZD CAD, we've been talking about this down moves, this movement right from here. We talked about this down move here. And you can see that it's already taking place. Right from here, we talked about this corrective structure, and then we see that we're expecting another down move here. We got that down move. This past week, we say that this area here is a buy zone, but we say that do not buy until you confirm that this down wave here is completed. And then if it's completed, we'll be looking for a buy. Now it still looks like it's not yet completed. We might just get a corrective structure, a small one, then push down one more time. Then after we push down, we can still be looking for this buy, this bigger buy. Right from this area, we can be looking for this bigger buy, because it shows that it's expected. Even right from this area, there's still a chance that from here we can move like this. So if we confirm our buy from here or from here, we'll take that opportunity to buy, because this move, we do not want to miss this move, because we're expecting it. Our structure is showing that there's a big wave up expected. This is NZD JPY. For NZD JPY, this past weeks we shared this forecast. We said that we're expecting a down wave down like this after this correction here is completed. Right from this area, we said that we're expecting this drop. Now, as we said on the previous pair, which is NZD USD, we said that a correction can always advance, and as a trader you need to always be aware of that. Know that a correction can just be small, and then we get this drop, then you miss it if you're not in, or you can be getting a trade that gives a correction like this, then you enter early. Then the moment you enter early, this correction advances, then it takes out your stop loss, then it moves down like this without you in. So you should wait, or you should be able to know how to be able to enter such setups. For us, we're still waiting to get the right opportunity to be able to sell, but we're still expecting a down wave on NZD JPY. The moment we get a sign that this is completed, we'll be getting this drop and we'll be trading it all the way down to this area. Another trade which we have is EUR GBP. EUR GBP is a setup that we will be looking forward to buying if we confirm our buy opportunity. From here, we can have price moving like this, up, corrective structure, then up, corrective structure like this. We can have price moving like this, or from here we can have price just moving like this. If the market is volatile enough, we can have price moving like this, or from here there's a chance that here we can also have a correction like this. It can start small, as you can see, starting small, and it can even advance like this. We can have something moving like this, then from here we can decide what will be next if we get price moving like this. But as of now, we're expecting this wave up. What we're just sharing, we're just exploring possibilities, but keep in mind that what we have here, our structure is showing us that if we get an entry to get this big wave, we'll be looking for an entry to buy. This is EUR USD. For EUR USD, this next week we're expecting this correction to advance. We're expecting this slight correction to complete, then we're expecting a big up move like this, then something like this, and overall this is just an advancing correction. We're expecting this correction to grow bigger like this. As you can see, like this, it's gonna move like this, then we're gonna have bigger down move here, a drop up to around this level here. This small correction we're expecting to grow and then drop right around this area. This down move is expected to break this previous low here. This previous low is expected to be broken. Next we have GBP USD. For GBP USD, as we said, we're expecting a big wave down, and we've already got an impulse move here, and then what we're getting is a corrective structure. We're still expecting more down this next week. This correction can grow bigger like this, then we can have a down move here. That's what we're expecting. We're expecting this big wave to complete down. We're expecting this big movement that has started here to continue all the way down. That's what we're expecting for GBP USD. We have USD JPY here. USD JPY right from this area here, we focused at a big wave up, and as you can see, we're already getting the big movement. From here up to around this area. There's 600 pips, and this previous week we said an update, we say that we're expecting a corrective structure here. Now this is the 1 day time frame. You can see that the corrective structure is starting here, and was expecting more up here. Right from this area. We talked about this big up move, and we're still expecting this up move to complete, because this wave is not yet completed. We're still expecting to complete on USD JPY. That's what we're expecting. This is USD CHF. For USD CHF, this past week we focused at a corrective structure. We say that we are expecting a corrective structure here to form, and then when the corrective structure is completed, this up move that I started from this area, it will be continuing up. Now keep in mind, this can just be a small correction, then price completes up, or this can be just a small correction, then as time goes on it can advance like this, then we can still continue up, but overall the movement is up. Right from this area, this is the up wave that we're expecting, and we're expecting to complete. On USD CHF. We'll be giving you updates if there's any changes, if there's a chance we might get a reversal here, a sharp movement. If we get price moving like this, then we might move up to this area, then this up movement will continue from this area. It will move up to this area. Like we said, this setup here can move from here, or it can give an advancing correction and it can head up to this area, then pushing up like that. That's what we're expecting on USD CHF. We're expecting an up move. This is USD CAD, and this is the 8-hour chart, and on the 8-hour chart we're expecting this setup to move like this, then up. We're expecting to move give a slight correction here, then it can continue up. That's what we're expecting. That's what our structure is telling us. It's telling us that we may just get a slight correction here, or just a slight pullback, then price pushes all the way up like this, and from here, after it gives this corrective structure, it can give a little bit of struggle here, another corrective structure here, then it moves like this, something like this. This is what we're expecting on USD CAD. It cannot just move sharp like this. Sometimes it can if volatility is high, but as of now, normally you can only get price moving like this, just as you can see. For price to move from here to here, you can see price did not just shoot down like this. Price was just shooting down, then pull back or correction, then down, pull back or correction, then down, like this. So this movement here, we can get a movement that moves like this, and it can be a little steeper than what we got here. This was just moving like this, taking more time. This can take less time.